Good morning, everyone. It's Jackie here from 𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐼𝐻 Skin Clinic. Just wanted to check in on the Monday morning, running up to Christmas. Christmas is on Sunday. Most of us are finishing work, if you are working this time of year, and going to get ready to take a few days leave. Unless you're in the retail industry, then I'm afraid there's no rest for you. Just wanted to chat about, we're coming up to that time of year where everyone sort of assesses 2022, and I've heard 2023 being discussed as 2020 me, which is quite interesting. But it's the time of year where everyone starts to think about New Year's resolutions and what they'd like to change in 2023. So mine are the same like every year, because I think I battle to make progress on the ones that I do make, and I know that they're a constant weakness that I have. So every year it's on my list of New Year's resolutions, but it's the learning to say no. Learning to say no when it's detrimental to yourself. That's it. I think a lot of people battle with that. When you're asked to do something and you really actually don't have the time, or don't have the energy, or just actually don't want to do it, but you feel obliged to say yes. And I think a lot of us suffer from that at the moment. Well, in general, not at the moment. It's been on my New Year's resolution list, like I say, for the last, I would say at least 5 years. I always have more patience, or exercise more patience, and learn to say no. And both of those are on again this year, so unfortunately I clearly haven't won at that yet. But yeah, boundaries are an important thing, especially this time of year where everyone is spread so thin, time-wise, energy-wise. You need to prioritize yourself. And one of the biggest things is learning to say no when it's not going to be good for you. Understand if you owe somebody and somebody's really been there for you and they ask you for a favor. I have that very close group of friends that, if you had that one phone call you had to make, and they would definitely help you out. Those are your integral people. You don't say no to them. But there are the others that'll ask you to do things or make plans, but they're the ones that let you down when you're in need. So yeah, just be picky, and be picky about people. That's another thing I always do this time of year, is I say, I'm going to clean out my friend closet. But luckily this year I don't need to do that. I did a massive friend reassessment. I think it was during 2020, during the COVID time, and that sorted that out for me. I burned some bridges that I meant to burn, and I've made new friends that feed me, that don't just take, they feed my soul, which is great. So that's not on my list this year. But drop me a message. Let me know I'd love to know what everybody's resolutions are. Not the standard ones of I want to be skinny and I want to be healthy and I want to lose weight and I want to exercise and eat healthy. Those are boring. I like the deeper. Give me the soul food. Give me the spiritual. What do you want to achieve in 2023? Spiritual, your individual targets. Let me know exactly what you want to get to. Some people it will be independence. Some people it will be being more sociable, outgoing. Some people it would be just to take the year a bit quieter, find some inner peace. But it would be nice to hear from you guys what everybody's aiming for in 2023. I think it's going to be a fabulous year. I think after COVID, everything has just gone up and up. Even though we struggle with day-to-day problems in the country, I'm not going to mention them because we all know them, but I think, irrelevant of all the economic forecasts, I think 2023 is going to be a good year. So yes, that's how I feel. And I'm not going to dwell on the doom and gloom. that we have at the moment, because after traveling, and so many people who've seen me or come as consultations, come as clients after my Florida trip will know that I keep saying, you don't know what you've got in this country. Let me tell you, we are very, very lucky. We have a beautiful country. I mean, yes, I really enjoyed my trip to Florida, and it was very nice. It's lovely to see my kids again. But just in sheer beauty of our country, and also the infrastructure of our country, our malls, our homes, our suburbs, just the scenery when you drive through the suburbs is really, we are so spoiled. So Florida is very nice and very beachy, but let me tell you, these suburbs are not near as beautiful as the Joburg suburb. Our jacarandas, our mountains. So Florida is very flat. So it's a very flat scenery. And if you're on the beach, it's beautiful, the palm trees and that kind of thing. But I tell you, the more I travel, the more I realize we have got such beautiful natural scenery in South Africa, and the people in general. If you go anywhere sort of festive, I watched the soccer last night in a little pub, and let me tell you, a French guy was actually speaking to me the other day, and he said to me, you South Africans really live up to this gees, that we have gees. He says you can feel it. You can feel gees in this country, and we do. I mean, the spirit last night in the pub, whether people supported Argentina or France, it was electric. So I wasn't really even going to watch the game, but I found myself sort of having FOMO if something amazing happened. So, and it was really electric. I mean, it ended up being such a long game because of, because it was so tight and it went into penalty shootouts in the end. But what I want to say is we are so lucky. We need to count our blessings in this country. Like, let me tell you, I have traveled extensively to the east. I have traveled to Bali. I have traveled to Mauritius. So I've now done a part of the States. And let me tell you, Cape Town, even Joburg, just being a business center, we've got some beautiful, beautiful scenery and some gorgeous, gorgeous attractions. And like I say, the people, yes, you're going to get your bad experiences every now and then, and you're going to have, but I just think when South Africans put their mind to it, and when there's a celebration or an event, there's nothing like the South African gees. Yes, I hate saying that word, I can't say it properly, but there is such a spirit about South Africans. So yeah, I can't go on about that enough. Like, I was homesick after 3 weeks, and I always thought to myself I could be the person to immigrate and leave the country, but after this trip I realized I actually can't. We just have too much. So anyway, yeah, shock horror, I'm here to stay, and we just need to deal with our problems systematically. And I know sometimes it feels like it's a hell of a lot to deal with, because we've got big issues, but I have that faith and that belief that things will get better. I really do. Call me optimistic, or some people say I'm not realistic, that we're going to turn into a Zimbabwe or whatever you want to call it. I don't feel so. I feel like there's a difference in this country. People really, really care in this country and care about their fellow South Africans. It's a beautiful, beautiful feeling. Last night in the pub, I mean, we were in, like, I call it the dodgy pub, but I love it. It's such a cosmopolitan pub. It's always my choice of going to have a drink, because you will literally see every kind of person in this place. And it was just a melting pot last night. There were, like, I don't know, Nigerians who were supporting France. There were real Argentinians, and there were South Africans who have just picked a side, and it was simply electric. So maybe one of your New Year's resolutions should be to be more positive about our country, about South Africa, because I can tell you we have got a lot to lose if we are negative and we leave this country, or we let the country go down. It is simply astounding. Just simple things like our stores, our retail is gorgeous in this country. Our food, I could do an entire video vlog on how amazing South African food is, not just in the Cape, which is of course eating heaven, going to the Cape. It's all it's just gastronomy. It's just divine to go to the Cape and eat. But let me tell you, Joburg restaurants, any South African food, I missed our food so much, and I missed our prices. We are very affordable in this country. I know it's got a lot to do with our rand being so weak, but value for money, what we get here, I can buy like a Wendy's burger there, whereas here I can get a full sit-down, lovely meal. So yeah, actually that's going to be on my list, is be grateful. I'm going to be grateful for what we have. I'm mindful of what we don't have or what we are battling with in this country. Very mindful. We are aware of it. I'm parking it in the back because I don't want it to take over my life. But I am very, very grateful and positive for what we have. Let me tell you, it's beautiful. Landing in Joburg, yes, we got on the freeway after I was 3 weeks in the States, and there were taxis and whatever, and potholes, but let me tell you, driving through our suburbs and just the general pavements are so pretty. I don't think you have an idea until you travel how much we've got. And I will get back again to the people. I mean, this French guy the other day said to me, your people are so friendly. In France, they are renowned for being rude, but they are not helpful at all. So as a foreigner, he found that like Uber drivers were so friendly, retail assistants, the general people, that when we went out, we went to a music festival with him, he just had an absolute ball. And he said, like I say, he pronounced that word, he said that South African 𝐫𝐨𝐿 is something so special that you don't experience around the world. In my 3 weeks in the States, I never went anywhere that I felt that like spirit. Strange but true, everyone sort of keeps to themselves, whereas here in South Africa, we like merge. Like, you speak to the people next to you if you're sitting in a restaurant or a pub. You greet, it's just lovely. We really have special people. So we need to get rid of the negativity. I don't say be stupid, we have got problems. But let me tell you, every single country has got problems. I doubt there's anywhere perfect. So I will take our imperfection, and let me tell you, I absolutely love South Africa, South Africans, and what we have to offer here in this country. It is divine. So yeah, that's my message. Think about your New Year's resolutions. Let me know. I'd love to know what some of you are thinking. Some of you have had harder years. And let me tell you, be grateful. Be grateful for what we have. Sometimes it feels like we don't have a lot, but we have got such a lovely country with so much potential. If my family travel here from the States, they absolutely love it. They love coming to Joburg, to Cape Town, to Durbs, to the bush. We have got just so much to offer. So let's not focus on the negative. let's try and take the positive. And yeah, that's just my message for today. Have a great week, have a great day, and try to get your head around, think about this year, think about the changes you want to make, and yeah, just maybe jot down on your phone or make a little mental list of what you want to achieve or change this year. But try and remember to be grateful. We have got so much in this country. And I just want to say goodbye. I will speak to you guys in a day or two.